It's nice to have a preacher on staff.
If we can, let's all pray. Most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we approach your throne of grace tonight, Father, to thank you and praise you for this day that you've given us, your many blessings, Lord, that you bestowed in all of our life. Father, as we come here tonight, Father, Lord, we ask, Lord, we conduct business in a peaceful manner, Father, that's pleasing to you tonight. Father, we humbly pray. Father, Lord, as we look upon this time of year, we are so thankful for your blessings. And Lord, let us always count our blessings, Lord, that come straight from you. Once again, give us the words to say tonight. Lord, let us be mindful of what you've done for us. Lord, again, what we've done through this year. Father, once again, we'll be careful to give you all the praise, honor, and glory, for it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. I would like to call the November 18th, 2025 City Council meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Daniel.
Here.
Misty.
Here.
Tim. Larry.
Here.
Mike.
Here.
Amber.
Here.
Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I seek approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I think we have an addendum here. We have one that I think we should not approve because I had no knowledge of it before today, but the one that Mr. Krug brought to all of us individually, I motion that we put it on the agenda.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll make that motion adding that item.
I'll second that.
That will be item G. I'm sorry, H. Added as item H. Okay, we have a first and a second. Roll call, please.
Misty.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Daniel.
Yes.
Amber.
Yes.
Tim.
Abstain.
Larry.
Yes.
Okay, approval of the October 21st, 2025 City Council minutes and the November 10th, 2025 special City Council minutes. Ms. Artemani, did you want those done separately?
What's that?
Did you want those done separately?
Oh, I was doing something else. What did you say? I was trying to get my stuff cleared up here.
Approval
Oh,
of...
no, you can do them at the same time.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
Roll call.
Amber.
Yes.
Daniel.
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Misty.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to the financial report. Ms. Artemani?
Okay, this is for October 2025. City General. Income was $481,926.13. Expenses were $383,043.39. Left a positive operating income of $98,882.74. Water and sewer. Income was $625,664.71. Expenses was $390,491.85 with a positive operating income of $235,172.86. Streets income was $101,394.28. Expenses were $53,645.87. Left a positive operating income of $47,748.41. And some of those large expenditures were for legal fees, contracts, tools, equipment, insurance, engineering fees, materials, supplies. I'll hope to ask.
I do have one question. Under the, at the bottom, admin, 5380, legal fees, AML defense program, $27,096. I have an idea, but if someone could enlighten me on that one.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Pat on that one. Mayor, would you happen to know?
Which one are, I'm sorry.
It's
Down at the
it's-
very bottom.
It's in the payments journal. It's also down
Yeah.
at the very bottom. It's check 15993 to Arkansas Municipal League Defense, $27,096.30. I mean, I think I might have an idea what it is, but I'm not 100%
I think I do
sure.
too, but I don't want to say in case I'm wrong.
Legal fees?
Uh-huh.
What was that for, Madam Mayor?
I would have to look into that further.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think I know what it is, but
Me too, but it's been a busy week, a month.
we'll get back with you tomorrow.
Thank you.
We'll start off with department reports, the museum. Someone here from the museum? Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Hey, I'm Julie, standing in for Emily, who's ill tonight. Thanks for letting me tell you about what we've been doing at the museum. So, collaboration with Springdale Schools. Emily met with students at Helen Tyson. They wanted to know more about the history, but particularly they know that we're working on a veterans exhibit for next year. And so they wanted to know they wanted to learn like kind of macro history, nationwide and worldwide, about some of the wars, and then also to zoom in on how that affected Tontitown specifically. So they were interested in some of the early families and how the different wars of this country have affected them and those that served in the military. Also, they wanted to look at artifacts coming up for that and stories about that. Mrs. Berry, who has the class that Emily presented to, is going to bring a group to the museum, and they'll do some further work because they've been collaborating with us, making discovery boxes and things like that. So they have some cool ideas of how to help with that and collaborate. We had the Tontitown Polenta Smear and Taste of Tontitown with participants from local restaurants, like a food sampling, with kind of the focal dish being polenta, which was what the early settlers survived on that first winter. There were over 160 community members and visitors there. So we were also able to gather some artifacts on loan for the veterans exhibit at that event. So that was really successful. As far as the digitization project, that's something that I'm heading up, along with a complete inventory of all of the artifacts in our collection, as well as the archives that we have at the museum, which number, including archives, numbers in the thousands. And so we've had the cool opportunity upon acquiring a light box to take really wonderful photos of our artifacts that really highlight them. And we're working on that to improve the publishing online of the collection, which it is now live, and we're just refining that. So watch for information about that to be able to look through the vast collection that the museum has gathered over the years. We had 21 visitors in October that just came in kind of individually or small groups. There were some descendants of the original settlers from Lake Village, as far as, and including the Spinato family. For their reunion, they made it a point to visit the museum, so that was wonderful. Looking forward to new exhibits in 2026, a larger scale veterans exhibit that includes any veteran that has lived in Tontitown and the service that they did. We're also hoping to gather more artifacts for that, and up through December 15th, we can accept artifacts that will be able to make it into this exhibit for the next year. And there's going to be a wonderful slideshow. So even beyond that time, if there are photos that people submit, we can plug them into the slideshow that will be going in that exhibit. This fall, Emily was invited to the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. She presented a lecture on Father Bandini and also showed the film Cries from the Cotton Field. Those were well attended, and that group, shortened to Ollie, is planning to also visit the museum. So she also went to Walker Elementary for their STEAM Fest night and was able to share, again, some about the veterans that she'd been putting together to students and families. So as always, we invite anyone to come and visit the museum. The hours are listed there in your minutes, and we're really happy to share and take care of what we have.
Would you go ahead and read those out so
Yes,
people
please.
that are listening?
Thank you. So we're open Wednesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then our museum board will be having their monthly meeting December 1st here at City Chambers. We didn't meet in September. The board didn't meet in September due to the event that we hosted. So
Thank you so much.
I do have one
Thank you.
question.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I apologize,
The,
Mike.
can you tell me what the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute is?
Okay, so I myself wasn't there, but I'll tell you my understanding of it
That's fine.
so far. I believe that it is a place for retired persons potentially to learn skills and just learn about stuff. So yeah, they were a group that had approached the museum for that.
Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
Interesting.
Anything else?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to police. Chief Jennison.
The month of October, we had responded to 920 calls for service, filed 17 accident reports, served 82 warrants, 1375 still outstanding in warrants, just over 1.7 million outstanding fine amounts for those warrants. Training hours are 4,127 for the year. Total citations is 124, 10 for speed, 75 other traffic violations, 11 criminal, 28 city ordinance and proper driving, 557 warnings, 211 for speed, and 346 for other traffic warnings.
Council, any questions?
Seems like a lot of warnings. Is that, and I mean, everything, warning totals, speeding warnings, traffic warnings, all of it. How much more are we stopping people than we did a year ago? Or is there a lot more of that? It seems like there's an uptick. Times of the year really generate traffic. I'd say that we've got some really generous guys. Well, I don't mean to say that we're letting them off the hook. I mean, there seem to be a lot of stops, and there are more stops than normal. It's hard to say. This time of the year, we typically see stops increase just for all the traveling for the holidays. There's a lot of the overtime step mobilizations that kick off during this time, so it just kind of varies. So maybe I just don't remember it from this time last year. It's kind of in waves, Weather also plays a factor in it. If it's nice weather, they get out and they get active, and so do people, so. All right. Well, thank you. Yes. I'm thankful that they're stopping them. Thanks for that.
I'm thankful that they're warning them.
Yeah. Is that right?
Thank you. Next, we'll move on to fire. Chief Krug.
Month of October, we had 38 calls, 17 EMS, 6 MVAs, 6 false alarms, 6 service calls, and 3 canceled en routes. Year-to-date, 528 calls. This time last year, we were at 450 calls, increase of 78 calls from last year. Average response time, 1 minute and 7 seconds, and the average on-scene time is 5 minutes and 3 seconds.
Okay. Any questions, council? None? All right, thank you, sir. Move on to Public Works. Mr. Clark.
The tank project is moving along nicely, as I've reported last month. The installation of the water supply line is essentially complete. The projected timeline for the raising of the bowl is mid-February. I know you're excited about that, Misty, I can tell.
I watch it every day when I drive by, so I just We'll need a special day for that.
I told them to shoot for February 12th. That's my birthday. Well,
Oh, there we go. There we
that
go.
would be a great birthday present.
Or the 14th. for
Or the
Valentine's Day.
14th, yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's heart-shaped. Oh,
True.
Could we change that?
We could, maybe a little late, but as I mentioned at the budget workshop, we will not be pursuing the loan from ANRC. And the reason for that is because they're going to require us to raise our water rates by 97%. And I've asked them for clarification on their calculations and have not received any response from them. So a little disappointed in that. We do have about $3 million in our water reserve fund, so I think we'll be okay. I just hate to spend it. Brush Creek Sewer, as Mr. Gregory reported to you at the CAL meeting, the plans are completed and in final review for that project. Wastewater master plan, flow study is complete. I am expecting a proposal from Garver to complete the master plan itself. Hopefully I'll get that soon, if you're watching, Larry. Highway 612 water and sewer relocation project is complete. Working on the final repayment reconciliation to be able to close this out by the end of the year, so Pat doesn't have anything to drag over. Highway 112 widening, also reported on at the CAL meeting by Larry with Garver. This project and the Brush Creek sewer, the most important thing to know is they both have to be completed by the end of 2026. Now, the Brush Creek sewer, part of that, or a large part of that, is outside of the right-of-way, but the right-of-way part of that will have to be finished by the end of 26. And then, of course, everything along 112 as far as the water and sewer relocates will have to be completed. ADEQ, sewer system evaluation study. I think I put in there that Carl Hawley Plumbing is going to start next week. They actually started yesterday on line cleaning. So we're making a little progress. It's going kind of slow because that line kind of winds through the woods back there and it's hard to access. So we're having to do some mowing, trimming, just to be able to get the big truck back into the area where they can jet and back out the sewer. No word yet on the results of the second air test from Carbon Chicken. Should be this week, I think, and I will pass those along as soon as I receive them. I'm also planning on having Dr. Cerevas to come to the December CAL meeting if he is available and give us an explanation and comparison to the pre-testing and the post-testing. And he's way smarter than I am on that chemistry. So hopefully he'll be able to be here and answer every question you could ever have about wastewater. And that's it, unless you have any questions.
Council, any questions? Okay,
Thank you.
moving on to building report. Mr. Latham.
As I mentioned before, you can see that the residential is starting to pick up, and which is a good sign. We have 17 permits. The last 3 months have done real well compared to the last few months, so we anticipate that to continue on since few more of the subdivision will be opened up. Commercial side of things, we're holding real steady. If you look at last year's evaluation, it was a record, almost double what we had in 2023. So we're shooting pretty strongly on the commercial evaluation, along with the building fees. So you can see so far this year, we've already had almost 116 commercial building permits compared to 92. A lot of those are build outs from some of the strip malls that you see along That's where those permits come into play. Any questions on that? None more, I'll move on. In the planning side, or on the community development side, under planning, the Plan Commission will meet Monday night, not Tuesday night next week, because of Thanksgiving weekend. The rezoning request for 256 Terrasso Avenue or Street from R3 to C2 and agriculture was tabled at the planning meeting. I think they're looking maybe it's going to be brought up again, maybe looking at conditional use. The other thing is large scale for Casalina Phase 2. That's the project that will be right behind Iron Hand Liquor. There's a strip in there that they built. This will be Phase 2. And there's further discussion on the 412 overlay district in that aspect. I will tell you that I probably will be looking at a grant that just came out to do a quarter study on 412 that will kind of tie into that whole overlay districts and the requirements that we're going to have on that area. In the street and stormwater, we're still waiting for the contractor to actually get started on Managani. There's some equipment sitting out there, and hopefully they'll get started here pretty quick. South Penalto Stormwater Project, Zach told me that they got all their stuff in. The contract should be signed hopefully this week, so we'll get started on that project. The street improvements for 2025, I got word that they're going to start on Balsinger, doing the overlay there, hopefully by the 24th. And I'm still waiting for a final project schedule of all the different roads that we're going to do this year. I added a Kelly drainage improvement. This is a small project. It's part of where most of all the stormwater runs off on to, I'm trying to think of the name of that subdivision. But anyway, the culvert that goes under Kelly is really a little bit higher than what should be in order to be able to drain that area. So we're going to put in an additional 48-inch culvert a little bit further east to make sure that that area drains properly. The Artemania Sidewalk Project, we've narrowed it down to 2 engineering fees, engineering companies, and hopefully we'll be selecting one here in the next couple of weeks and get that project moving. The Clink traffic signal, as I think I mentioned in my staff report to you all on Friday, they're still waiting for Ozark to get their transformer in there so they can put the power on and get moving. He said everything else is ready to go. On the grant side of things, we're still waiting on FEMA. The government was shut down for, 40 some days. And so everything's kind of set on its way. So hopefully we'll hear something from that. Along with, of course, the community, the splash pads in the state hands. And I have not heard anything yet regarding that. I talked with the state about the hazardous mitigation grant. This is for total replacement of the Spinoto culvert down there that gets floods it all the time. And that's going to be a fairly large project. It'll also include some widening of the road. So it does include FEMA, and it will also include other areas that we're going to have to address with. So maybe we'll not get done in 2026, but we'll apply for the funding in 2026. Just to give you an update, we are continuing doing our traffic study on Clink, receiving data once a week on it. It's kind of interesting to see what's happening there. And then also, once we get the core samplings in, we'll make a presentation to you all and kind of give you some recommendations on that. Mayor and I have got a meeting scheduled with ADQ in Little Rock at the Capitol. I requested that meeting thanks to Senator Tyler Dees from Siloam Springs, who made that happen. I think it's important for us to develop some type of relationship with them, not to be adversaries, but how can we work together to make sure that the landfill is meeting its requirements for our community. So that is going to be the ultimate reason we're going there. We're not going to fight and all that kind of stuff. It's about building relationships. That's what we need to be doing right now. I will tell you that, as you know, the new carpet came in. We did do some waterproofing around the northern side of this area where most of all the water came in. There are some French drains that will go directly to this major drain over here. Along this side, they actually put an underhanging in there and sealed all that between the foundation, the concrete foundation, and the metal ceiling, so it shouldn't leak. And I appreciate Roger Duncan taking control of that, and he also made sure that that was done right. The roofing contractor was here this weekend, got the majority of all the solar panels off, and they have ordered the materials, so anticipate here in the next 10 days or so, they'll be here on the roof area. I did send you a letter that I got from Waste Management about a meeting. I did confirm today that Mayor Russell and I will be meeting with them Thursday at 1 o'clock. The main topic will be the hosting fees. Now, let me tell you where I'm at and where I think we need to be. I think the reason that the hosting fee is $350 for the city that actually hosts it. It's not to grab money, it's not to.
I think it's $250.
What?
I think it's $250.
It's $250, well, whatever it is, we'll get what we need. The thing that the people don't understand is that we also provide fire protection, police protection, just not the infrastructure. And you know how much police and fire is getting right now, specifically what the costs are. So when you look at a host city hosting a landfill, there's other things besides the road infrastructure. There's other services we provide to waste management that cost these citizens money. That's why we need to collect it. So that's going to be the message to them. Okay? Any questions on that? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, we're moving on to citizen comments. If you have a comment, please step to the podium and with your name and your address, please.
Hi, I'm Scott Davis. You want my address?
Yes, sir.
Well, my home is in 14048 Highway 45 South in Lincoln. It's actually in Cane Hill if you drive out there. But I'm here tonight. I'm the one that did the Tontitown Oral History Project. I've passed out a proposal here tonight that I'm not asking you to vote on tonight. I just want you to consider including a way to fund this project in your budget if you can. What's happened, and so what I'm proposing is to take those 28 videos and turn them over to the Pryor Center, the University of Arkansas's David Pryor Center for Oral History. And the reason I'm doing this, the background on it, I did this big project for Benton County, and I was telling the quorum court about it. I was so excited to tell them we were done, and they said, well, where are the videos? And I said, well, they're on YouTube, thinking that was a great place. And they said, well, what happens if something happens to YouTube? Which, you know, who knows in the future. So they wanted me to try to get the videos into the Pryor Center's collection, thinking that making it part of the university's library would give it longevity. I mean, not everybody has a museum like you guys do. And I've talked to Emily at the museum about this. I'm sorry I wasn't able to, she wasn't able to talk about it tonight. I'm hoping to meet with their museum on in December if we can, or sometime soon. But what I'm proposing, the hardest part of it is doing a transcript. Now, they don't, all of the prior center's videos have transcripts. They're not requiring that, but they want them. But they are requiring new video files, new audio files, lots of information, written information with photos like captions. And when I did the Tontitown project, I did 2 videos. I did one that was just a straight interview, and the second one where we added photos, like some of these photos you see here. When they talked about stuff, we would flash up photos. Prior Center doesn't want photos in there. They don't do them that way. But they do want photos included on the website. So this is a lot of work to do this, and Emily acted like the museum people would be willing to help provide information that I needed. So I don't want to go on too long about it. Do we have any questions? What I'm proposing to do is to charge $100 per video. And I asked the Shiloh Museum, they do transcripts, if that was a fair price, and they said they wouldn't do them for that. That was way too cheap. But I'm just wanting to get them done. I think it's good to have them in the library. They'll still let y'all show them on they want you to transfer copyrights to them, but they'll still let the city show them in the museum's website. So they don't care about that. So anyway, any questions y'all have about this?
Yes, sir. How many videos do you have?
28.
28.
28 different people. And then I did several other videos too. Like I did one where some of the old people, the ladies that made the spaghetti, I did some videos about that. But those were different people. Those wouldn't be part of this. But 28 interviews, and it was a lot of fun, and it was really a good project, I thought.
Thank you, sir. Fortunately, your time is up. We only had 3 minutes.
Okay, well, I
but
probably went much longer than that. Thank you for your
Pleasure.
consideration.
Absolutely. Anyone else?
Mick Wagner, 409 Pennsel Avenue. Good evening, Mayor, council members, fellow residents. I'm here to speak about, on behalf of transparency and fiscal accountability in the 2026 proposed city budget. The agenda tonight shows as this budget will be acted on by a resolution which requires a single vote and a simple majority. My question, why rush? Arkansas Code annotated 1458-202, adoption of budget by governing body. The governing body of a municipality shall adopt a budget for operations of the city or town on or before February 1st of each year. So you have until February 1st to act on the 2026 proposed budget. I have 4 main points of concern. 1, lack of itemization in key accounts. The proposed budget includes over $1 million in combined appropriations for GO 5590 and 5050, commonly referred to as contracts and fixed assets. Without itemized scheduled descriptions and supporting documentation, this obscures the nature of expenditures and undermines informed decision-making. 2, insufficient material provided to the council. At the November 10 budget workshop, the only documentation presented was a 9-page PDF, lacking any backup materials. I previously stated a link to the 2025 budget that Springdale occurred, and a workbook is a model of transparency and completeness. 3, statutory obligations. Under ACA 1458-201 and 202, the council has a fiduciary responsibility to adopt a budget as both complete and comprehensive. The current documentation fails to meet that standard. Item 4, audit risk and public trust. Continued reliance upon vague geocoding, especially the overuse of GO 5590, mirrors the practice that led to the prior audit findings. We all know what those were. Tontitown's residents deserve better than recycled errors and obscure appropriations. In closing, with close to 9,000 residents Now calling Tontitown home, the stakes are higher than ever. I urge the council to delay budget appropriation until full documentation is provided. It's not that difficult, I don't think, if you're going to spend $1 million, to at least itemize it so you know what you're acting on. I don't know anybody, and I've prepared 3 different public entities and a Wall Street traded company, and never have I seen and prepared a budget without defending it with facts and numbers and paper. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else?
Good afternoon, Mark Calcagni, 12642 Arbor Acres Road, Springdale, Tontitown. I want to say thank you for allowing public comment again. Appreciate what you all do here. And I want to say something. I wasn't planning on speaking, but Mark, what you brought up about DEQ and waste management, having conversations with them and, hopefully getting some type of arrangement to where, we can live healthy and safely together. We did have another fire on Thursday and Saturday here, and I don't think anybody really knows what caused it or what kind of conditions it presented in the air. I know it smelled like burnt rubber, burnt plastic, and then it occurred again on Saturday. So it started on Thursday afternoon about 4:30 last week, and then Saturday morning it rekindled, I guess. So, when I burn trash, I get a violation or a ticket. When they burn trash, what do they get? Nothing. So, I hopefully when you do speak with, DEQ, that should be something that should be brought up. Is that not a violation when there's a fire? So maybe when they do get a violation, maybe somebody will look at what's being put in there. That's all I had to say, but thank you again for this time.
Thank you, Mr. Calcagni. Is there anyone else? Seeing none, is there anyone online? Thanks, Maddie. Okay, we'll move on. Approval by city council members to waive the 3 reading rule for all ordinances on the agenda. Looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion. To waive the 3 reading rule.
Do I have a second? Mike, did you second that?
I'm just going to say we don't have an attorney to read the ordinances, so who's going to take that place?
The mayor usually does that.
Okay, so I'll second.
Roll call?
Daniel?
Yes.
Misty?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Amber?
Yes.
Okay. We'll move on to new business. Approval of an ordinance to amend Tontitown Codes 30.06 and 31.03. Correct. 31.03 is different.
Oh, they didn't,
It says 05 and 06.
yeah, there was a discrepancy in the last.
Ms. Artemoni, if you will look at the ordinance and the agenda, there is a discrepancy. It says 30.05 and section 31.03, and on our agenda, it says 30.06 and 31.03. Could you clarify that, please?
It's going to be the 30.06 and the 31.03. We'll fix that.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Okay, City of Tontitown, Washington County, Arkansas, and Section 31.03, Committee of the Whole in the Tontitown Municipal Code declaring an emergency and for other purposes. Whereas the City Council for the City of Tontitown has adopted regulations for the city's regular council meetings, which are codified in Section 30.05.
31.06.
Excuse me?
31.06.
31.06.
Oh.
I'm sorry, this is a little 31.06. And for the committee of the whole meetings, which are codified in 3103?
Yes.
Okay, 31.03 in the Tontitown Municipal Code. Whereas it has become apparent to the City Council for the City of Tontitown that a need exists to amend Section 30.06 order of business for use by the city in order to update the pattern of proceedings for regular city council meetings and to amend section 31.03 committee of the whole to update the pattern of the proceedings of the committee of the whole meetings and And whereas after review and consideration of the purpose amendment in the Tontitown City Council determined that the section point 30.06 or
There are two, one's 30.05.
Yeah, it's 31,
And one
30,
is 31.03.
yeah, 31.03 was the only one that we changed. I'm sorry.
I think 30.05 is correct.
Yes.
So 3103 is 3106.
3106.
I apologize. We have a little bit of a problem up here. Let us get this worked out. So Ms. Artemani, could, an ordinance to amend section 30.06?
Can we just take a pause and make sure that we find the right ordinance number?
That is
I've
correct.
got the code book right here.
Great.
Perfect.
I've pulled up the,
Mr. Washkowiak, could you please tell me that?
Yeah, 30.05 is the order of business for regular sessions of the city council.
Okay, and
And we go to
30.06.
31.03 is committee of the whole, but it doesn't have the order of the business. I don't see 31.06. 31.06 is police department.
No, sir.
The 31.
30.06.
Mr. Montez, I'm sorry, you did not have authorization to speak. Mr. Washkowiak, could you tell me that again, please?
Well, for 30.05, it's order of business for regular sessions of city council shall proceed under the following pattern. And then
Maybe you can talk.
let's see.
No, I just couldn't hear him, I'm sorry.
We have it pulled up over here.
31.03 addresses the committee of the whole, but it just really, it doesn't. Doesn't talk about an order of business. So
30.05.
Yeah, this is I pulled it up on the code library. And 30.05 is order of business. 30.06 is public comments. And if you go to 31.03, it's for committee of the whole.
Yes, and that's what I'm seeing that Justin sent me as well.
So I think you need to include all three, not just two. You know, on the agenda, we have 3006 and 3103. We need to also include 3005. Because you're altering the order of business, you're altering the public comment, and then you're also altering the committee of the whole. I yield my time to the chair.
Okay. Any other council members have anything that they would like to?
I don't think we need to add 30.06. I think it addresses a different thing about public comment.
31.03.
It doesn't say anything about where it should fall. It's
And this is why we need our city attorney
there
hired
should be a
quickly.
15. I mean, I
I
can read
apologize.
from 30.06 if it will help. Section A is addresses, there shall be a 15-minute public comment period during regular meetings of the city council of not more than 15 minutes in which the city council shall receive comments from members of the public. City council shall listen but not enter into discussions or debate the person commenting. The council may take note of any comment and offer to make arrangements to speak further with that person after the council meeting concludes or at a later date. B, each speaker during public comment session shall be limited to 3 minutes to make his or her remarks. If more than 5 people desire to speak at either session, the mayor or the chair may reduce the time for each speaker to 2 minutes. The mayor may also provide for an extension of the 15-minute public comment period upon the receipt of a motion and majority consent of the city council if good cause exists. C, the mayor or presiding officer shall administer public comment periods and shall be responsible for enforcing time limits on speakers and shall direct and ensure that speakers during public comment refrain from the use of obscene, abusive, personal attacks, inflammatory language, or other improper or disruptive conduct. D, individuals who use obscene or abusive language or make obscene gestures under conditions likely to provoke a disorderly response from persons present at the meeting or to disrupt the orderly conduct of the meeting may be cited, or if deemed necessary by the chief of police or his or her designee, arrested for disorderly conduct or other appropriate criminal violations. Violators who persist in the use of obscene, abusive personal attacks, inflammatory language, or other inappropriate disruptive conduct may be prohibited from speaking during public comment period. However, no speaker is to be curtailed for remarks that are merely critical in nature. E, the section shall not affect statutorily required public hearing periods held during city council meetings. During such statutory required public hearing periods, the mayor or the presiding officer shall administer and set forth rules of public comment period in a manner to ensure that all persons wishing to be heard have their opportunity to speak. So I don't think we're amending that at all. I think it's 30.05 and 31.03 are correct as
Yes.
written.
Thank you.
Sorry, and I was looking at a document that our previous, yes, thank you, Attorney Eichmann sent, and it is 30.05 and 31.03.
Okay.
So they inadvertently put 30.06. It should have been 30.05 on our agenda.
Correct.
But
So
but the ordinance is correct.
The ordinance is correct, the agenda is incorrect.
Mayor Russell, may I speak?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. They have reserved in our code 30.07 through 30.25. So we could make our own. I do remember back when we added prayer to the Cal meeting in the first place, there was an ordinance for that. It obviously didn't make it into the online version of that. I'm not sure if our former attorney dropped the ball on that or not. But we could, if you guys are amenable to it, and I certainly don't mind, we could amend this now before we vote on it to give that code 30.07 as the order of business for the Cal. And then we would have it with its own number in the code. Any thoughts?
Yes, I'm going to defer to Ms. Ibarra. She is the one that brought this.
Fair enough.
I mean, I think the way that it is fine. There was already item F. All we're doing is changing around the order of business.
But 30.05 is
Amending the comments.
specifically for city council. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
3103.
I think, I guess I don't have a problem either way. The way that it is fine. If everybody wants to change it, I'm admittable to that as well. We already have the ordinance in front of us with that. I don't know if you could just add a new code number off the cuff without having to take this back to Cal and then back to council. If that's the case, then I think I'd rather keep it as is and vote on it with the current code number.
And we can check tomorrow with the municipal league. And, but for tonight, we probably need to leave it as is. And if that does need to change, we can bring it back next month.
I do have some concerns just in that we don't understand. If we're going to vote on it, I'd rather know what we're voting on. Or I guess we could vote on this now, right?
Correct.
If that's your point. Okay.
I mean, I don't think I'm confused. I think the confusion came when the code numbers were incorrect.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe if we look out at 31, it's departments, boards, commissions. Maybe inside of there, we have the same sort of idea. You see that? Police. We could do 31.07, I suppose.
What would be I'm trying to wrap my head around what you're trying to propose.
30.05 is specific to city council, right? And so if the orders of business were the same for each, I'd say sure, no problem. But since it's been proposed that the order of business is different for each, I think it's important that we do split them up.
But the ordinance in front of you that was passed at the Cal is to amend both 30.05 and 31.03, which would alter, those procedural roles that we're putting out. So I don't think we need to make an additional, ordinance.
Committee of the whole.
Unless we're going to break out.
Okay, I see your point. So then just point F under
order of business.
30.0.
3103. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Thank you for explaining that. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to proceed, and we're going to do it as is. I just want to ask, I just want to make a public announcement with this. Could you please get me the agenda and the, all of the agenda prior to the meetings, if you don't mind, Ms. Artemani?
It was a typo. I just got
okay,
confirmation.
no
It
worries.
was a typo.
No worries.
So it is going to be 30.05 and 3103.
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
that's fine.
I'm sorry.
City of Tontitown, Washington County, Arkansas, an ordinance to amend section 30.05 Order of Business and section 31.03 Committee of the Whole in the Tontitown Municipal Code declaring an emergency and for other purposes. And I believe that is all I need to read.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Can I add one item to the public comment? Could we have all public comments being in person? I mean, we have lots of glitches with our technology anyway.
In person, not online?
Yeah, just eliminate. We can't, I mean, we can participate as council members by Zoom. We can't vote though. So,
True.
I mean, I just, because of some of the technological issues that we've had, again, I'm not trying to stifle anybody. If somebody has something to say, they can send comments to somebody. Mr. Burris read comments from a person who had sent comments to him to have them read to the record. I just, because of the issues that we've had with it before, that's my only concern.
Council?
I like the idea, but we already have a motion on the table without a second.
I would like to hear.
I'll second Amber's, and then we.
Well, if Amber so chooses, she can amend her
Right.
motion.
That's
I know, but I'd like to hear everyone's comments before I amend. Is that possible?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'll start. I don't know if it's the best of ideas, but if the council wishes that they eliminate, online comments, I'm okay with it. But I mean, I think it's good as is. I think what we passed at the COW and what's in front of you is a good amendment, and I'm okay with proceeding with this too. So I will also listen to the rest of the council as we go down and see what everybody thinks. But I can go either way.
Thank you, Mr. Montez. Anyone else?
I agree.
Ms. Piazza?
I could go either way on this. We have had a lot of technological issues, and it is hard to hear on the phone.
It's true.
I understand completely what they're saying, but still, I personally think if somebody wants to talk over the phone, if we can understand them, if they can get through, yes, we've had our problems with it, but if they get through, I'm all for letting them say what they have to say.
Thank you. I'm fine with Councilmember Ibarra's order of business and the piece on public comments. I'm fine with all that. However, I do appreciate what Councilmember Moshkowiak pointed out, because my concern is less about technology and more about what I mentioned 2 weeks ago and 4 weeks ago, that we get comments from all over the country, and if those people decide that they want to line up and make comments, technically they have every right to do so. I also think that it shows, yes, I understand there are people who want to take part in this, and those who watch from home, but if it comes to making a comment, then I think there is something to be said for somebody showing up and speaking here to show that, they're willing to show up. And they don't have to stay, but they can show up and then they can go. So I would have absolutely 100% supported Amber's, Councilmember Ibarra's ordinance, but I like Mike's a little better.
Okay.
So I would rather go in that direction.
Thank you. The only issue that I have is if someone is sick and they can't get here, and we don't want them coming in exposing us all.
Right.
Or if, they're out of town, they have a parent that's, like Mike was gone.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that we should have it opened up to everyone. So that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second.
No, we do
to
not
have
have
it as
we don't
is.
have a second.
We do
yet.
too.
Larry,
I
okay.
seconded, yeah.
Thank you. So, roll call?
Okay, so this is going to be as is.
As is.
Okay. Misty,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Amber,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Okay, we'll move on to B. Approval of a resolution amending the city's organizational chart presented by Mr. Wishkowiak.
I see the change was made that I recommended, so I don't really have anything else to add to this.
Oh, was there an emergency clause on that last
Oh, yes,
ordinance?
there was, I believe. I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion to, for the emergency clause.
Emergency
Second.
clause, and by Amber, and seconded by
Larry.
Larry, yes. Roll call?
Misty,
Yes.
Madam Mayor, I think you also have to read an ordinance on that in order to make it legal.
I think he's right.
Usually Justin reads the emergency clause as well. He usually brings it up.
And I
Usually
don't
catches
have
that.
the emergency clause.
I think we just have to approve it, do we not?
The way I recall, usually he reads the emergency clause and then it's motioned and then it goes through roll call.
I don't think he reads anything.
I don't either. It does say emergency and all other purposes, so I think we can move on.
Okay.
We do have to
We do have
adopt
to
the
vote.
emergency clause.
And I made a motion, and Larry, did you second?
I did second.
Okay, roll call.
Mike,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Amber,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry, Mr. Wishkowiak, would you go ahead?
Not
and
a problem. I
present?
don't have anything to add other than what was discussed 2 weeks ago. So the change was made, putting shared resource where we had asked, and I'm good to move forward with the resolution as it is.
Okay, as is.
You're-
Any
you're-
questions,
you're happy
council?
with Whitland's?
Yep.
Okay. No, ma'am.
Nope.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Roll call?
What? What do we just, you guys are confusing me. What are we doing here?
We're approving Mike's resolution.
We're on item B.
I thought we just, okay, there we go. All right, Mike,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Amber,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Misty.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. We'll go to C, an approval of a resolution accepting the 2026 budget. I would like to present this 2026 budget. Mr. Penalto has been preparing budgets since 2018 with 40 years' experience in banking. Mr. Latham has been preparing city budgets for over 40 years for other cities, and I greatly appreciate all they have done. Also want to let you know that during each one of the meetings, we met with each one of our department heads, Mr. Latham and Mr. Penalto and myself, and several we had like the police department and Mr. Jennison and Chief Krug, and I would like to say appreciations to all of them because they did a phenomenal job with their budgets. And we did have to have a couple of rounds where things had to be cut. And I think we've got it all under control at this point. Mr. Latham, would you like to come up and speak on the budget?
You know, we had a workshop meeting, and I believe we went through everything that, at least the questions were regarding not only the fixed assets. There was a list that not only the police department went through, along with the fire department, which are probably the two major things. I believe that James had only one or two items on his, which is usually where most of the big ticket items are. The street department only has one fixed asset, which is a mini X. I told you that we would make some changes next year. If you want a little more detail, we can definitely doing it. I thought they also explained to you what Mr. Wagner just talked about, went through each one of those contracts that were in there along with dues and subscriptions. Remember, any item that's over $20,000 has to come to this council. Any contracts have to come to this council. So I don't quite understand. I mean, if you want to, I don't know. I mean, what else do you guys want? I mean, if you want to table this and we move forward with something else, I need to know what you need. A budget is a guideline. It's not an absolute thing. It's going to change. It's going to change. Just like this year in streets, I will tell you, we spent more money trying to fix stormwater problems than we've ever had. But, you know, rains came this spring, so we addressed it. Things change all the time. We are not Springdale, Arkansas. That's a $150 million budget. It also has 25 or 30 different departments. They have a budget committee that's made up of basically council members along with some staff. They spend a lot of time because they're spending a lot of money. We don't have that. I mean, we can have a budget committee if you want to put one together and you guys can do that, that's fine. Just look at what the bottom line is today on your financials. I want you to look at that. Taken in, we're in the black almost $1.5 million in the general. That's enough to pay for your fire truck next year without going into debt. We know what we're doing, but I'll leave it up to you. If you want to do something different, you want to table it, the only problem is this. We are in evaluations right now, and I know that in order to be able to get everybody's new raise on for January 1st, delaying it till February is not going to work for us. And our people deserve raises. There's 3% in there, and they deserve it. So that's all I've got to say, unless anybody else has any questions on it. Thank you.
I do have a question. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, council, do you have any questions on the budget?
Yes, I do. So I went through the email that a citizen brought up and, kind of went through their questions. And, what I learned from the budget meeting and the workshop, some of those questions were answered, but there was a lot of things that came to the surface when I looked at that.
How come you didn't bring that to me? How come nobody communicates? And we talk about communication. We're talking about communication. I mean, if you got something that you want to bring to me, I'm here 7:30 in the morning. You can come and talk to me, or send it through an email. Why all of a sudden we're in the final moments and all of a sudden now we've got stuff? That's the frustration from us.
Well, I mean, it is November and we do have until February. We've got December and we've got January, where we could work through this and do our due diligence and, come forward.
What do you want?
So, for
what
example,
do you want, Danny? What do you
for
want?
example, one of my questions that I've got, you just brought up the point of the 3% cost of living adjustments, correct?
Correct.
Okay. One of the questions in this packet that was given to me asks about specifically the fire department. There's a firefighter and the chief are getting a little bit bigger than a 3% raise. What's a step raise, and what's the purpose of the other fire department firefighter getting a 10% raise?
I can't answer that. I'm
I
not
can
in
answer that.
personnel. I'm not in personnel.
And the only other thing that I would mention is we also were given a FOIA email to us that was sent out by the clerk treasurer, and that had a lot of documents in it that would have been great to have prior to the budget meeting. Thankfully, we got it nonetheless, but I mean, there's the water and sewer budget worksheet, there's the water and sewer fixed asset sheet, the income budget. I see a Tontitown Police Department PDF. There's lots of things in that would have been great to have prior to, the budget meeting. But it only came to light once we got the FOIA that was sent out to the request, the recipient of that FOIA. We didn't get any of that. But yeah, that's just one of the questions, Mark. If you want to be apprehensive to where, we can't have a discussion because you feel like this needs to get pushed through. I'm sorry.
I'm here. I come to work every day. Every day. I'm here at 7:30.
I'm not
to
saying you
4:30.
don't. I'm not
Mr.
saying you don't,
Montez,
sir.
I believe Mr. Latham has the floor right now.
So, if you have questions, you can come and see me, or text me, or email me, or whatever. We'll provide the information. I don't understand why it always has to come through FOIA. I mean, people can come up and I'll get all the information they want.
Here, may I speak?
Why does it have to be FOIA, which costs the
Thank-
city a ton of money?
Thank you, Mr. Latham. Ms. Ibarra has a question.
I felt like our workshop, which lasted several hours, was very productive. Anyone that had any questions could ask those. Each department head went line item by line item, discussed any questions that we had regarding anything. And we've had, a week, for any further questions. So I just don't have a problem currently with what is presented and passing. So that's where I stand.
Thank you, Ms. Ibarra. Does anyone else have questions? Mr. Burris?
By the way, I don't think any of us mean in any way to denigrate what you're trying to do for us. We understand what you do. You're doing a great job. You, Pat, you guys have years and years and years of experience, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the workshop. I know you did that because a few of us had asked for it. It's something that we used to do. I know a lot of people don't like going to those workshops. They take hours and hours, and they're not much fun. I get that. I left early at the workshop. I'm sure you guys noticed that. I left early, and I didn't realize when I left that this was coming up to vote tonight. I would rather sort of wallow around in the numbers, which Pat and I have done in the past. We could do it again. You and I could do it. You're right. In the last week, I haven't come to talk to you about that. I don't necessarily have a problem, but it's just a lot of money, and it should be a lot of money. It's a city. And as we're spending somebody else's money, I just want to make sure that I feel comfortable with it. That's all. I tend to agree. Like, I didn't know we were doing it now.
What do
I think it's
we
a little
need
bit
to
rushed.
provide for you?
I-
That's
well,
the question.
I would love to,
Because
I would
when
love to
we
see
had the
everything.
workshop,
I'd
we
love
had
to
the
see-
workshop and the,
Okay, we need one at a time,
Okay,
please.
I know you asked a question. Do you want me to answer the first question, or do you want to
Go
keep
ahead.
going? Okay. I would love to see salaries. I would love to see everything. There was a lot that was covered at the workshop. I want to see it all. We used to see more in years past.
no, last year you passed the same budget,
I said years past. Last year was a year past. You're right.
and guess what?
Mark, I'm not in any way trying to argue. You don't have to defend yourself. You're asking me what I'm looking for. That's what
Okay, you want salaries, what else?
if you don't want to give me what I'm looking for,
Okay,
we don't have to talk.
you said you wanted
Uh,
salaries, okay.
We can go on, or
What
we can,
else?
or we can we talk about it offline somewhere else?
I'm here at 7:30 in the
Because
morning till
that's
4:30.
that's fantastic.
Okay.
I'm happy to have that conversation.
May I make a
Okay.
comment too?
Yes, just a moment, please. Okay, Ms. Ibarra would like to make a comment.
With all due respect from everybody, we've had a week to request any of these things.
Agreed, yeah.
That we're wanting to see more of before
Tonight.
I guess I just don't understand.
I didn't know it was on the schedule until Friday.
Well,
That's why.
I had asked at the workshop, can we move it forward to the council? And they
I
said
left.
yes.
I left early. I'm sorry. I
Well-
didn't. I don't think it was recorded. I didn't go back and watch it. But I'm sorry. It's totally on me. It's not on you. But that's where I am. And to Ms. Ibarra's point, she's absolutely right. If I knew leaving that workshop that it was coming up, then yeah, I would have had a week to talk to you about it. So it's fine. I'm not mad about it. I'm just trying to explain myself.
All I'm trying to do is trying to figure out what you want. That's why I asked Danny, what do you want? What do you want? You said you wanted the salary schedule. We
Yeah.
get the salary schedule.
Well, you can't give me what I want right now. We're about to vote. We're about to vote on it.
No.
So you and I can talk about it. If it doesn't pass, I've got a feeling it's going to pass, and that's
Just
fine.
remember,
We
we're
can still
coming
talk.
up with seasonal stuff.
I
You know,
understand.
we got next month, next week.
Totally understand.
Yeah, okay, and then you got Christmas and everything else,
Sure.
so just remember all this stuff.
I
'cause
totally understand.
Everybody's gonna be busy and you're not gonna be able to come up to City Hall. And many people are taking vacations because they need to take it or they lose it, so.
I totally understand. You told me
Okay.
you were here from
Yeah,
7:30 to 4:30.
Yeah.
Either that's true or that is not true, and we'll try. I was here several times last week, and
Mr.
by the way, the
Burris,
carpet was
it
great, but
is-
it's
Mr. Burris,
it was being
it
put in.
is true that he is here every day.
Oh,
and-
I know that. I'm only saying because he said we may not be here. It's fine. It's totally fine. I would love to chat with you. Hopefully we'll get that opportunity. again, I'm not trying to be
Ms.
argumentative, but I understand how you feel. I totally get it. Totally get it.
Mr. Wojtkowiak, did you have any questions?
I do. I just wanted to follow up. If nobody's, I think you're taking this a little bit too personally, Mark. Councilman Montez brought up a point about some documents that we received through a
Well, how come
FOIA
I haven't
request.
received them?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
they just seem to be kind
So,
of floating around there, and
I'll be
nobody,
glad to forward
nobody
you the email
knows what
with
these
all the documents.
documents are.
All these are just supporting documentation that may bolster everything that you've done, but there's a lot to it. And I think we got these today or yesterday. So we didn't have a week to look at them. So they're just things that maybe make the budget more audit proof. Bulletproof in an audit. I don't know. I don't think it's unfair for Councilman Burris or Councilman Montez or myself or anyone else. If we want there's a lot of stuff to go through. If we want to have some questions about that, I don't think your budget's off the mark at all. We're not questioning
But
what
some
y'all
of
done,
those,
the work
some of
that y'all
those
put
things
into it.
that you're
and
talking
any of that.
about is I don't have the answer to.
Well, and
I'm
you may
looking at-
not.
Okay, because
But-
I'm looking at the big picture. I'm looking at the
Sure.
bottom line.
And we can
Right.
go to the people that can defend what that'll be on us. And there's a second item too that was brought up during the discussion of the roof with the museum, and this may be a different issue. I'm not against taking any money away from, I don't want to take any money away from the museum. That's not it at all. But there seemed to be a commingling of private funds and public funds because they admitted only having one bank account. And I think that might be a little problematic, so somebody push the buttons on that. I don't know.
Well, you know,
Again, I don't have we don't
yeah,
have
my thought
legal
about,
advice on that.
yeah, my thought about the museum is that, you know, I don't know when that all started or whatever else, but either the museum needs to be a department of the city. Okay?
And that's
They
why
do-
I'm bringing this up.
Okay, needs to be a department of the city, of what the city funds.
Sure.
But and then it's all controlled under what everybody else is, which means that the museum director and their person actually reports directly to somebody. And that the museum board is actually like an advisory board, similar to what you have in the Parks Board.
I'm good with however it's done as long as we're following the law. That's
Or
my
what you
point.
do is you say, okay, they come and make a presentation to you all during budget, and they say, we need X amount of dollars to operate it. Then gift it to them and let them fund themselves.
I'm good.
I mean,
however, I'm
well,
just trying to.
It is an odd.
That is kind of a sticking point in this budget, I believe. It may not, as long as I think we show that we're going to address it, I don't think we have any problems. But I am, and I mentioned this to you before the meeting, I'm in the motion to table this so that other people have their opportunity to ask the questions that they want. Now, I know that there's a chance that we'll have special meetings coming up to vote on a city attorney. And if people will make post haste to get their questions answered by the end of the week, then I think we can give you your vote on your budget once those questions are answered. But I am going to motion the table so that people that do have questions can get those questions.
When you do that,
asked.
just make sure you take time, please. I mean, there's been a lot of work going into this.
I'll send
You
you a
know,
list of them.
I'm speaking.
It's fine.
We had the workshop to answer any questions you had from the time of the workshop to ask the questions and get your answers. I understand that Mr. Wagner is texting the people on the board for questions, and I really don't appreciate that. So,
I haven't looked at my phone once.
no, you haven't, but I know that is happening. I've seen it. Anyway.
You've seen
if-
that?
Yes, sir.
Can you provide us?
No,
some
sir,
evidence?
and you do not have permission to speak at this time.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, we're going to move on.
I'll second Mike's motion.
We have a motion to table and a second. Roll call.
Tim,
Yes.
Amber,
No.
Mike,
Yes.
Misty,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Larry.
No.
Motion passes. We have 4 votes.
Okay, moving on. D, an approval of an ordinance to rezone approximately 5 acres on Fletcher Avenue from C1 to light commercial and A agriculture to C1 light commercial, parcel number 830-37615-007. Mr. Spurlock.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the council. This is something that was brought up at the last committee of the whole. You guys have looked this over for the rezone for the police department new land, and we're here to vote on this if you so choose. If you got any questions, by all means, you can ask.
If there are no questions, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Larry,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Misty,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Amber,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, we'll move on to E, approval of an ordinance to implement adaptations to the master street plan presented by Mr. Spurlock.
Just back up, did we read the ordinance and everything as presented for the rezone?
Ordinance number, well, actually, it doesn't have a number yet. City of Tontitown, Washington County, Arkansas, an ordinance to rezone approximately 5 acres of real property located on East Fletcher Avenue from light commercial C1 and agriculture A to light commercial C1 in the city of Tontitown, Arkansas.
And does it have an emergency clause?
No.
No.
It's not, okay.
Should we revote?
What's that?
Should we revote since it's after the reading, Mayor?
Yes. We had, is it the same motion and
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
roll call?
Larry,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Misty,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Amber,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Spurlock.
you're welcome.
Yes. Now we'll move on to E.
Absolutely.
Approval of an ordinance to implement I cannot say that word.
Adaptations.
Adaptations. An approval of an ordinance to implement adaptations to the master street plan. Mr. Spurlock.
Once again, this is brought before the committee of the whole, and which we had the maps. I know we've moved the map since we placed the carpet in here, but this was moved forward to city council tonight for vote, and here to answer any questions should you have it. If not, we'd look forward to a vote to approve this.
Okay, before we do that, City of Tontitown, Washington County, Arkansas, an ordinance adopting revisions to the master street plan for the city of Tontitown, Arkansas.
Motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call.
Amber,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Misty.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, we'll move on to F, an approval of a resolution for the removal of fixed assets for the fire department. Chief Krug.
Anybody have any additional questions from last time?
I only have one question.
Okay.
Were most of these items used at some point in time and their time has expired, so to
Yes.
speak?
Yes, it was,
They didn't sit in the closet?
no, the fire gear was ordered, well, it was ordered before my time here. It was ordered 10 years ago. So when it's the 10-year mark, we have to take it out of service.
Okay, thank you.
So just to be clear, I mean, it's going to be disposed of, so we can't,
Are you going to burn it?
probably not.
I had to ask. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Daniel,
Yes.
Misty,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Amber.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, we'll move on to G. An approval of a resolution on the city's decision to not appeal the Waste Management Ecovista expansion litigation suit. Mr. Montez.
Yes, ma'am. It was tasked to me at the COW to draft a resolution basically declaring that we were not going to proceed after the November 14th deadline. I do believe that is to be the true date of the last moment to appeal the circuit clerk, or I'm sorry, the circuit court's decision. So this resolution was drafted by myself and here to present before y'all to either pass this to cease and desist from any further action only in regards to the permit listed up at the top, which is 0290-S1-R4. This doesn't go to any other new expansions that they should have here in the future. This is only pertaining to the one that has been passed and we've fought in court and have not had any luck with. This was only brought to me by Mr. Latham due to the lack of communication that he was getting with Waste Management on the host fees and the pre-treatment measures that are needed over at the lift station.
Okay. Council, do you have any questions?
I do, and I'm just, if I'm asking a dumb question, I apologize, but November 14th is passed. Do we still need this resolution?
No, we do not.
Yeah, that's a good question.
We can't. I mean, we're done. We can't do any more with it. So do we really need to put this resolution into place?
And that's kind of what I said at the cow was once this meeting actually happened, the 14th had already passed, but it did pass the cow. So I went ahead and did my part and made the resolution. So yeah, I mean, that is a valid point in whether this is even needed or not. So, but I did what I was told to do.
And I appreciate that.
You bet.
Okay, any other questions?
My second concern, I think that Councilmember Piazza is spot on, as is Mr. Montes here. Appreciate that. Is that if we have something that says that we are ceasing expansion-related litigation in any form or fashion, I think that it might be a foolish move for us. I've heard from lots of citizens about this very issue, and so even if it were necessary or we needed to do it, I would be hesitant to vote for it. So I don't intend to vote for this.
I agree with Mr. Burris, and I also received quite a few communications about that. And to Mr. Montez's point, I don't see the point in it since we're already past the 14th. So
If no motion is made, I believe it does on the vine, is
I
that
just had a
correct?
couple of, I mean, it specifically states the permit number in here. So, I mean, and it doesn't preclude you from future action. This is just I mean, the burden of proof to appeal this is going to be extremely high. You know, in the court order, the petitioners had the burden of proving the commission's decisions with respect to law or findings in fact were improper because the decisions were, 1, in violation of constitutional or statutory provisions, 2, in excess of the commission's statutory authority, 3, made upon unlawful procedure, 4, affected by other error of law, 5, not supported by substantial evidence or of record, and 6, arbitrary, capricious, or characterized by abuse of discretion. And then in the order it stated petitioners failed to meet the burden of proof and did not demonstrate that the commission's decisions, including its application of the rules, were affected by any of the above errors. So it may be Pyrrhic to vote for this. It may not be necessary at all, but just want people to know that it was maybe not impossible, but going to be extremely difficult to win this thing on appeal. So, Councilman Montez, I'll leave it up to you. If you want to pull it. There may not, and my looking at this too, the judge signed the order electronically on September 22nd. Typically, you have 30 days unless you're granted extenuating circumstances to file an appeal anyway. So if the appeal wasn't filed by October 22nd, that may have been the drop dead date. But if we know for sure the 14th was, there may be no reason to go forward with this. But it's your resolution, Councilman.
Well, actually, it is, if anyone wants to make a motion on it or not, we will.
Yeah, we just need to, if anybody wants a motion on it. If not, then it's done.
Well, if I may, I mean, again, I only made this resolution because it was passed at the cow and, motion to come forward. I didn't want to not do anything and come here and be like, I didn't do it, guys, sorry. So I did it. I can make a motion if y'all want, and we can vote it down. It's up to y'all. But everybody's looking at me whether I want to or not, and I guess for formality, I'll make a motion.
You can go through
I
it
did.
if you want to.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to pass this resolution as is, and we can go from there.
Well, I'll second that.
Okay, before we make the motion, we've already made the motion in second, before we do the roll call, since this is such a sensitive subject, I would like any citizen that would like to come up and speak on this, come up and speak at this time. Name and address,
Mark
please.
Calcagni, 12642 Arbor Acres Road, Springdale, Tontitown. You guys have wasted a lot of time on this. It's already past, the time, so it's already, been out of the train station and gone. But the other thing is, if you do make a resolution on this, you better make it specific to this right here, because we've already had some bad agreements with Waste Management. Let's not make another bad agreement, because some of us have to live with it. Some of us have the wind that blows our way. And I probably shouldn't say this. May the winds of Waste Management blow your way sometime, so you get what a little bit I get and my family gets. So make sure, I'll be watching this, make sure you have it specific to September 5th, the Washington County Circuit Court, Judge Treat's, office that, had this in their court. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I just want to reintegrate Nina Brown, 1851 South Penalto. I just want to reintegrate what he said. I don't think we need anything in writing. This is kind of, like he said, the train has left the station. I think it's better if we leave no trace. Because if we sign something and it's wrong, then we've opened the door, and we know we can twist everything up for their good. So I say just leave it lay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing no one, I do want to bring to your attention, I received emails from Michelle Carpenter. Please do not approve the resolution ordinance. And I also received an email from Candace Adams. I'm writing as a concerned Tontitown resident to strongly urge you not to enter into an agreement that prevents the city from pursuing further litigation against Waste Management or the operators of Eco Vista landfill. Wanted to bring that to your attention as well. We had a motion and a second. Roll call.
Is it too late to amend the, your resolution mentioned specifically 0920S1R4, but the order came down on 0290S4R2 and S1R4. So if you want to add.
Mr. Wishkoyak, did you make the motion?
I'm making a motion to amend the resolution as is to add 0290. I know
We've got to vote on this
Okay,
first.
that's
Right,
And then you can amend.
I mean, I'm open to amendment if
we'll
he
get a
can.
vote on yours
We
first.
have
Marilyn.
to,
You have to vote on this first.
we have a
before you can amend.
motion and a second. Roll call.
This is to approve as is. Misty,
No.
Mike,
No.
Daniel,
No.
Amber,
No.
Tim,
No.
Larry.
No.
Motion fails.
Okay.
Now we have to, what is it, Mike? Another number? Nope.
Withdraw it.
All right, we'll move on to H, which is City of Tontitown, Washington County, Arkansas, resolution to waive competitive bidding for authorize the purchase of 5 Motorola portable radios for Tontitown Fire Department. Chief Krug.
I gave you guys a packet so you could review what we were looking to purchase. Washington County did I believe they purchased them with a special tax and gave radios, A-WIN radios to all fire departments and police departments in Washington County. The Tontitown City Fire Department was left out for whatever reason. So we are trying to buy a few of these a year to get till we get a radio for every seat in our trucks.
Okay, any questions?
If there are no questions or comments, I'd be happy to make a motion to approve.
And I would second that motion.
Roll call.
Tim,
Yes.
Amber,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Misty,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Moving on. Comments from Alderman. We will start with Mr. Wojtkowiak.
I have none, thank you.
Mr. Burris.
Yeah, tonight was far more contentious than I expected. So let me start by pointing out something really lovely. We've got new carpet. It looks fantastic. Thankful it's in. I'm profoundly sorry for my role in causing any consternation to you, Mr. Latham or Mr. Penalto. I do appreciate the hard work and the numerous hours that the two of you and numerous others have put into the 2026 budget. I look forward to sitting down with you guys to talk more about that. Thank you.
Mr. Artemani.
First and foremost, I didn't ever say anything about Halloween in the park, and I need to thank some cohorts right down the aisle here. She was tremendous in preparing for that. And then the polenta smear the other day, saw relatives and friends that I see once a year, and the food was good. Camaraderie was even better, and I appreciate that through the museum. And as I say always, thanks for coming out.
Ms. Ibarra.
No comments.
Ms. Piazza.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out.
Mr. Montez.
Thanks everybody for coming out tonight. I did want to mention that I did also throw in a ordinance that I guess was on the desks here tonight over the Ward-Based Council Election Pursuant Act, 283 of this year, 2025. A little bit of light on that. It's basically the Arkansas State General Assembly enacted a new legislation that pretty much makes all municipalities either choose to be at large or have ward-based elections. So if you want to continue to do a ward-based election, we need to pass an ordinance. I think it's prior to the end of this year. So I brought that forward to us to look over this and see if you need to tweak anything on it. Again, this was made by me. It wasn't made by an attorney. So there may be some errors that I could use a couple eyes on it to perfect it. But basically, it pretty much adopts that we recognize the General Assembly passed the law and we elect to keep our elections kind of the same as we always do. The 3 wards that we have, 2 representatives from each ward. And we just kind of adopt this into our legislation here on a city level. So again, if you look at that, and we can bring this to Cal and discuss it there. Thanks.
All right. I would like to thank my assistant Megan. She came up here early and stayed late all last week. She even missed her holiday for staying up here and helping organize all of the carpet rooms, getting carpet. Chief Krug and crew is amazing. I greatly appreciate all the hard work your guys came over here and helped move furniture, put furniture back. I really, really appreciate it. The same goes with Mr. Artemani. Scott Artemani, I'm telling you, he is awesome. He has got a heart for this city, and he also came in with his crew and he helped. Scott and all of the all of the people up here, they do help and work together. And I really appreciate that. Austin Bowen was also up here with Scott. Everyone else that helped, if I did not name you, I appreciate you help moving furniture, all of the office supplies, equipment. It was kind of a nightmare, but we got through it, all the carpets down in every room, and I really am appreciative of everybody that did come up here and help and work and made this happen. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. Hope you all have a good evening.
I have something real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
To your question on the defense, the AML defense, Pat says that is a yearly fee. There you go. One less
Thank you.
thing I have to do tomorrow.
All right. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.